for coaching because it is recognized that you are a work in progress and need coaching to develop to help you. Okay, we have leaders around us who are really successful. Go to them and learn from their experience by simply ask questions that you're struggling and learn the system and then do it. Principles are given to help you to build your business and practice. If it's given, you have the book, the proven plan, so study, learn, and practice. That's what I said. I'll tell you my story. 6 years ago, I said, I am afraid to talk to people. I think I'm lack of intentional, because even though we attend events and meetings, when we attend, it's just what we learn there, the information we got is just come inside the ear and then come out to the other ears. And then you go home and what you got. Put back your books, your notes on the side and waiting for mercy. Well, for that 6 years ago and now 2019, my aha moment come on, because one time I said to myself, what makes me scared or afraid to talk to people? You know what? What is it? Because negatives in my head is like a spider everywhere. Like, oh, if I talk to these people, I might be ridiculed. Maybe my grammar is wrong. They might say no. So many things that it shouldn't be in my brain, but it happens. So that years, I think I need to develop my personal development. The 2019, I think 90%, I think I got it. But anyway, so there's a reason why I didn't go anywhere on that years. So we never opened the blueprint and study. It is still in the box. We don't study information, the products and services that we got. And I need to grow. And even though I said we attend the meetings, it's just unintentional, it's coming out. So in other words, aha moment is here now. And you know what? When I make a focus to the problem I have, the bulbs came on. Yeah, your problem is you don't study. Open the book, read step by step, and then listen. Not only one pro-tens to those who making meetings and teaching. Listen, not only one. Get some more 5 or 4 people that you can learn from them how to present. Sequence, step by step, especially the invite. So next, let me go to third one. I choose to be persistent. Everything worthwhile. Wait a minute. I choose to be persistent. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Persistent and consistent are uphill twins. Well, let me differentiate persistent and consistent. Persistent is continuing something in spite of all challenges and difficulties. And consistent means doing something that the same way over time. So they try to learn something, a new skill, and never give up. This is persistent. So like in a business, in success will be a result of your hard work over a long period of time, that this is gonna be developed. So, you know, guys, the difference of persistent and consistent. So for me, this is my husband. He's so persistent and consistent to me. He never give up to me. But I already gave up last year. So, and thank you for my husband. He never give up to me. So, 3 thoughts on persistence. People who succeed persist through difficult times. Oh, difficult times. I have a lot of that. But anyway, I have my notes here. It says, if you don't know how to resolve the problem, keep worrying. Keep worrying. Read the books, listen to the meetings, proven plan, and those people are look for tough times are opportunity to learn, grow, and improve your situation. So in difficult times, if you don't know the answer, so why you keep worrying? Pass and find a way, not just giving up and set aside. Find a way, read the book, and as I said, listen to the mentoring. And we have next, people who succeed persist through failure. Failure. Failure is a stepping stone, whether it is a dead end or a step taking you to another level of opportunity to back up and find another way. This is a reward continually learning from failure, and as you persist, you rise above you. And this is called seasons of struggles. Not all the time I can say failure. If there's a failure, there's a success. So failure is not bad. It's just that failure you learn. And what I got. And then at that failure you learn, and that is a lesson. So next one, people who succeed persist through criticism. Oh my goodness, this is what I have always in my mind before years back. They will criticize me, what I'm gonna say. So according to the book of Power of Five, the Power of Five, in my opinion, you can't please everyone. No matter what you do, no matter how you do it great to everybody, always remember the 5% rule. 5% of the people won't be happy. But that's not a problem. That's a fact of a life. This rule reminds you that criticism will always exist. So don't let it stop you from reaching your dream. As I said a minute ago, I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be criticized. But now I learned from that, and I want to say, I laid out my business, and I can talk to any people. And you know what? Criticism for me is nothing. Actually, I asked that by this. Hey, I am involved in publicly traded company in NASDAQ. Do you mind if I practice on you? I need your opinion and criticize me so that I know what I need to improve more. That's what I mean criticize, because I'm tired of that. No, because as I said, I can say not everybody like rice, not everybody like hamburgers. Just share as many as you can and be on the numbers. Use your database. The no for them today, it doesn't mean forever. People have different issues in life, financial or anything, health. So maybe not now, in the future. So thank you for allowing me to express my mindset matters today. My little bit story 6 years ago that I don't do anything, but now I am coachable and teachable by you guys. Thank you.
Wow. Beth, you did phenomenal. Like I just watching the video, like really, like when you when you see like growth in you. Like I actually texted Fred and I said, you should be super proud of your wife. Because I know you have encouraged me, and I know. Look, I'm all about relationships, and what I've learned about relationships is it doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. It matters whether you get along and you sustain long-standing relationships. And you know, we are human beings, and we all fail every single day. It's our mindset that allows us to get back, learn, and then get back up, and then keep going, right? And
Yes.
so let me ask you guys this: does anybody want to make a comment or something they might have taken away? Because guys, here's what's great about these studies. And I want to share something, and then I'll let you guys ask questions or make a comment about something you took away from this, because I took a lot away from it. We did a Life Advantage Academy teaching call this week, and I was just having one of those days, and it was, how many of you have had one of those days, and then that day somebody says the impact that you made in their life? Like they say, hey, you know what, Beth, thank you for being my friend. You made a massive impact in my life. What does that do for you emotionally, right?
Oh my goodness.
What were you at?
Emotionally, you know, there's a time that me and my husband, I angry and curse with him because of this network marketing, blah, blah, blah. I was so like a volcano. And my husband is so patiently listening to me and walk away. He never argued. And that's what he is, the persistent and consistent to me. Every time I fail, he get me up.
Yeah.
That's what.
And I think that that's what it's important. It's the importance of knowing. Everybody's saying, like, you know, gives your heart a hug, right? Absolutely. Lori says. So guys, here's what I want you guys to do. Many of you guys are hearing this information, and Lisa and I were talking about it. So we have a lot of people on our team on here. I need you guys, here's what I want to challenge you to do. I wanted you to challenge to do what we're doing. And I told Lisa, if she doesn't do it, I'm doing it without her. I can tell you this. I told Fred this. Beth's going to do this with or without you, right? And for the longest time, he wanted her to do it. And now she's like, Fred, I'm not waiting for you. I'll see you later, right? Like, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to make this happen. Whether you make it happen or not, I'm going to make it happen. We've had these same conversations. So this week, I just took massive action, and it's produced fruit. Some of you guys are still on here. I want to encourage you guys to go out and build a relationship with 10 new people this week. So those of you that are in to doing this, I want you to put in the comments, I'm in, right? Put I'm in at building a relationship with 10 new people this week, just building a relationship with them. As Beth said, asking them questions, getting to know them, building a relationship that may mean not talking to them about the information, not sharing the ABC primetime. Maybe it's them asking you questions, and then you're able to do it, right? Guys, here's what I've learned, and I'm gonna tell you guys this. Every single week, I'm gonna have a call to action for you guys. And I've learned this more this week from reading this study and knowing. Guys, if we don't have a call to action, yes, our stock is gonna be a $50 stock. But the company doesn't grow unless we take action and go out and build a relationship with 10 new people this week. And then you know what happens? If you do the same thing the next week, the 10 that you share with this week become 20, and then 30, and then you have 30 people in an exposure funnel. You want to build a real funnel? Forget Russell Brunson. A real funnel is you having 30 people that you're talking to on a regular basis. And let me just say this. I'm not even going to look at the chat because I just want to know. I'll look at it at the end because it sends us a recording of what everybody said. But here's what I want you guys to know, okay? I want you to know that it doesn't matter what you say. It only matters what you do. And if you're not building 10 relationships on social media, you're not using social media for what it's been made to use, all right? And that's the most important thing. I did a teaching, Beth was there, at Building Depth on LinkedIn, right? I have people now that are crushing it on LinkedIn just following the little bitty steps that I said while we were in, I think it was maybe a 15-minute teaching on LinkedIn. Guys, LinkedIn has 1.6 million people joining every single day. So for you to meet 10 new people is not a problem. So I know Beth wants to say something. Go ahead, Beth.
In addition for that, I would like to give a credit for Destiny. She is coachable and teachable person. Yes, she is. When I found the tactics or strategy, she is following what I said to her. Even though her daughter, she is interested to coach. Because you know what? Once everything is here, step by step, what you're going to say when you're going to stop. Because people faded talking and talking. You need to stop that. Because you don't know the person you're talking to, is he going interested or not, and you keep talking. Less talk, get the interest. And then this Destiny and daughter, thank you guys. You are very teachable. As I said, they're willing to learn, especially Destiny. She's willing to learn. And one time, she's already pumped up. She is ready to go, but she don't know what to start and sequence 1, 2, and 3. I said, once you master this, what I teach you, you will present anywhere, anytime. And that happened in the next day. She got a customer after the working hours in the storage, just using the tier of sheet. Yeah, Destiny. Thank you, Destiny.
That's awesome. And so, guys, I want to read to you something really quick. That oh shoot, you're signing in now. Are you guys, Beth? Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yes, I hear you.
I don't know what happened, but it said I signed out for some reason. I don't know how that happened, but. Guys, I want to read you something that really sharpened me, okay? I like college football. I am not the same sports fan I used to be. I like it when the Rays are winning, but I like to watch the Bucks. I'm not obsessed with sports like I used to because I want us to have a future. I want us to have time freedom. You guys know what recently happened to us when we were scaling my coaching business. Well, this last 2 weeks is the best 2 weeks we've had in months in my coaching business. I'll just tell you guys this. I am working with a professional athlete in Canada who's trying to compete for the Olympics in 2020. A colonel in the Army, in the United States Army, just signed up with me as a coaching client. There's a lot of great things happening, but I want to tell you a text that I got from new Elite Pro 7 Joe Bowen. I was razzing him about the Nebraska-Ohio State game last night. Joe lives in Nebraska, but he was not growing up in Nebraska. And this is what he said. Unlike most people, I really don't care about football. I just wrapped up a session helping someone in LifeVantage protect a 6-figure LifeVantage business in retirement. Just turned on the radio to listen and decided basically, you guys are kicking our butt, but I just helped somebody save their retirement. I was like, okay, let's go home and go to work. So that's what I did. You guys know I don't usually work on Sundays. We didn't work yesterday, so we worked today. I set up some appointments. I got up super early this morning for an hour and a half, and I got on LinkedIn and I got on Facebook and I didn't scroll like. Guys, I'm gonna post a video in our Freedom Fighters and in our Team Build It Up page. That is a 54-minute video that I did with a guy. Go grab your little lighthouse piece of paper. I want to show him. Please. And I'm going to give you guys a video of my friend George, and I will have. Can we post this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll post this for you guys. But this is my friend George's. Lisa's doing it, and I'm doing it. It's basically telling you how to be successful at any business you want to be successful at. Okay, and let me explain something to you. George has 7 seven-figure businesses. Not 1, not 5, but 7 seven-figure businesses. And I've been implementing what he showed, and I had a $25,000 2-week period of time signing people up in my coaching client, and now I'm crushing again, stepping into my destiny in my Life Vantage business. I shared with people that actually been saying to Lisa and I, well, how come you guys haven't shared with us, right? Somebody that we stood in line with 2 years in a row at Thrive, and I finally shared the business with them this week, right? So guys, call to action. You can't listen to this stuff and not go out and take action. So does anybody have a comment? Do you have something you want to share? Okay, before Lisa goes, does anybody else have something they want to share from maybe what they took away tonight, or maybe a call to action?
I do.
Chris just unmuted. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and that's actually a 2-part question for Beth.
Yes,
because
sir.
this is something that I don't understand, and it's something that I went through and still kind of going through. So I'm just curious. When you got upset at Fred, first question, why would you get upset at Fred for, coming across a major health discovery like this that was going to help people and potentially turn into a time freedom business? And B, what was the change that got you on this side of the fence rather than the other side of the fence?
Yeah, you know what? Before 2019, that years that I was struggling, I don't know what to start. I have lack of intentionality. Maybe I have not focusing. But then, that years, I feel that I am depressed because I can't do forward. And I said to my husband, find me a cat. I'm depressed. And then he said, what makes you depressed? Because I can make money of my own. I want to help you because I am not just your wife here in the house waiting for you. I want to help you to build our financial. And this is what I need to, because financial freedom, time freedom, that someday we're going to sit in front of the beach. But I don't know what to start. But this 2019, I said to my husband, one time I was upset. I said, that network marketing is not for me. I said, those people, I upset when I heard no. And then I blow up that to my husband. One time we have arguing, and then he don't argue with me. And then one time, and I said, I'm quit. You go alone. You do it by your own. I don't want to do it. So one time, I think 1 or 2 events, I stopped going. But this year, my husband become quiet. I said, looks like my husband have a secret to me that he didn't tell. It looks like he continuing this Life Vantage because I see on his email, but he didn't tell me. I'm waiting for that. So I said, I confront him. No, I need to do Life Vantage, blah, blah, blah. He have many reasons. And it boosts me again. For those reasons, I'm listening. I said, okay, let's me try it again. And then I don't know what those events that I attend, it's opened my light bulb, the aha moment, what's really I have to do. And really, I have already my plans where I want to go, and time freedom that really that I would like to spend with Fred in front of the beach, wherever we go, not just spending 6 days in the storage. That's it.
Great answer.
Do I answer your question, Mr. Chris? Is that Chris?
Yes, it's Mr. Chris. Yes, you got that. I'm just curious because I see it so many times. I can't even. I guarantee you, probably 3/4 of our company has went through this from one side or the other. It's either the male or it's the female, and then all of a sudden something clicks. I honestly think it's just people start making money, and they're all like, "Oh, hey, mom, maybe I should jump in here." And I can't believe you're bringing these checks. Maybe this is the answer. Who knows? Ray Higdon always says that it's always like, if you want to make things change and make things happen,
Yes.
start making money. And when you start making money, it'll all go away. And
In
I
addition,
just was curious.
yeah, in addition to that, before I marry my husband, I'm the single mother before, and I'm working to provide for my 3 children. So I used to work. I used to earn money. But my mental before, because I wasn't born rich. I came from the Philippines. Poor, poverty. But my mom teach me, you need to go to school so that you can get a job. And then when you have a job, retire. That's my mindset. As long as you have job, you have money. So, but in network marketing, I don't have any experience. It's kind of, it's hard for me to understand. Yeah, but now I learn by attending events, learning while you're earning. But it takes time, but persistent and consistent, you have to do that.
So it's just basically lack of information.
Mhm.
If you had more information, maybe the first time you went through this,
Yes.
then there would have been a different story. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, that seems to be a pattern as well. Thank you.
You're
So-
welcome. Please.
Bottom line is make some money.
Yeah. Hey, and Chris remembers this. Chris, remember what I always say when I'm out teaching? When I say, what is the reason you're not successful? Lack of opportunity or lack of education? What is it?
Education. because
That's lack of education.
Absolutely. And you know who taught me that? Cole Hatter taught me that the first speaker training that I went to, because one of my distributors that I signed up from the Philippines, who is now ready to get started in his business, I signed him up probably 2 years ago, moved to Houston, wrote 1,000-person database off, very much like Beth, came from the Philippines, got a job, was successful, got rejected. And he's like, he came to the point where he said, look, does it really matter if I get rejected? The only thing that's holding me back is that I've only attended one event, and here I am not attending another event. And LifeVantage is launching probably one of the second greatest product they've ever launched. And here I am staying at home and not learning and not growing, and have a database of 1,000 people that I haven't contacted the people. And so, yeah, so I'm going to turn it over to Lisa. I know she's got some things and notes that she wanted to share with you guys. And guys, if anybody, before she starts, is there anybody else that wants to chime in and say anything? Got a comment or a question?
Tracy wanted just to say something really quick, if you don't mind. One, Beth, I am so proud of you. You did an amazing job. And Fred, I know, is listening in the other room, and he should be very proud of you. One of the biggest things I learned today by listening to this, and I have a page full of notes as well. John Maxwell said at one point he talks to leaders all the time, and he was talking to a CEO, and he was asking the CEO, you know, if you could go back in time, if you could do a do-over, is the words he used, would you do a do-over so that you wouldn't have those failures or those falls. And the CEO stopped and thought about it and looked at him and he said, no, I would never ever not, I would never do a do-over. And John looked at him and went, you wouldn't go back and not have those failures? And the CEO said, no, because of those failures, I am where I am today. Because Beth, stop. I can see in your face, you're not beating yourself up anymore. You know that 6 years ago you didn't open the book. You know now to open the book and to reach out to your mentors. Like all of us that wrote that we were going to meet 10 new people this week, we should, because we just told our mentor that we're going to do that. And if they say no, move on. You're number 7. I'll go to number 8. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
bless you all.
That's what I'm like. Anybody else real quick? All right, go ahead, Mrs. Shuey.
So, Tracy, your comment is a good segue about failure and stuff, because one of the things I wanted to say is, you know, I try not to live a life of regret, you know, in that all of the things I've gone through, quote, good or bad, successes or failures, has helped to make me who I am today. And Jim Quick said that there is no failure, just feedback.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if it was John Maxwell or somebody else that basically said the same type of thing. Thomas Edison even said it, you know, when he was questioned about failing so many times on making, you know, electricity in the light bulb. He says, I don't see it as failure. I see it as knowledge of what's not working. You know, an opportunity to learn from what didn't work and how to move forward and learn and grow. And then also when you were talking about listening, you know, listening to the other person, asking questions. Unfortunately, too many people listen to the other person with an intention to answer. It's like they're listening to say something themselves. Yeah, exactly.
Well, not anymore,
Yeah.
but that's something that I overcame
Absolutely.
and I learned. Because I one of the things she taught me, and many people have taught me, that you have 2 ears and one mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, and I know that this was directed in this direction of female, but they don't, whether it's male or female, but mostly females, at least I'll tell you this, they don't want you to fix their problems. They just want you to listen.
Exactly. And that's the other half of that statement. You know, unfortunately, most people listen to be answering, but we should listen just to listen. You know, when we're listening, we're hearing the other person's heart. We're hearing what the other person might not be saying. You know, by paying attention to their body, you know, nonverbal communication, their body posture, their tone of voice. What are they saying, quote unquote, behind the scenes of the words that are coming out of their mouth? So when we stop and listen just to listen and not think about how we can respond back to them, they're going to open up a whole plethora of conversations that we can then have to genuinely take interest in them, because it goes back to people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So those are the things I just wanted to kind of elaborate on a little bit. First, we learn to listen, then we listen to learn. Yes, exactly. And that's one of your biggest challenges, but you're changing. Yes, exactly. Thanks, guys. Any other comments or feedback or questions? We do need a volunteer for next week.
Yeah, guys, come on, let's go. There's 20 of you on this call. And all of you have not done this yet. So who's volunteering for next week?
And I'll have the video and the PDF posted probably tomorrow. Tracy will be at the airport.
You can do it Tuesday if you want.
Hmm?
You can do it Tuesday if you want.
No, I'll get it posted tomorrow.
Well, weekends. Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Sunday, you're right.
Does anybody want to?
Yeah.
Who wants to do it? Does anybody want to do it for next Sunday night?
I can do it.
Woo-hoo. There you go,
Who wants to-
Julia.
Julia.
It sounds like
Yay, Julia.
And I want to add something
okay.
regarding what you said and everything. Like, it's really an inspiration for me right now with Beth. We have kind of like the same histories, and I think one of the things for me that it has been holding me back, it was my fears to talk, fears of rejection. And with all the teaching that I've been having since I went to, especially to Kansas, I has been a little by little a growing inside of me, that I did a presentation and I have been talking to people, and I was like, and I'm one of the main things is like persistence, persevere, and don't give up.
Yes.
And talking about what you said, Lisa, is something like I'm learning to be present.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because when we learn to be present and don't just let our mind go and thinking in like, oh, did I buy this? I have to do this. And the person is talking in front of us, they perceive or we perceive, either way, we do that. But
Yep.
when we learn to be present and to ask questions and to talk less about us and more about them, then they really get okay, you start that friendship, you start a relationship that then you can just build more onto that. That's what I've been learning, that's what I've been applying. And I'm just like, I don't have husband, I don't have whatever, but I have my dear friend Lisa, that she has been persistent. She has been there for me. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So I would,
That's just about to think, when you were talking too, the definition of humility came to my mind. You know,
100%.
being humble is not thinking less about yourself, because we all have very unique qualities, and God created us, you know, with an image, in his image. So, but it's humility is thinking less often about yourself.
Yeah.
Thinking about the other person more than you think about yourself, more than you think about your needs per se.
And it's funny because I don't know if you guys can see this, but the lighthouse says who, how, what, and why. Like building that stability of your why, having the base of your why, finding out what your what is, what are you willing to do to get there, and then the instructions on how to get there, like Beth said, attending events, 15 presentations a month, staying in control of your business, always doing what you say you're going to do, right? And then who? Who are you doing this for, right? Beth said she's doing it for her time, for her kids, right? So congratulations, anything. We got 2 minutes left. Anybody else? One more person want to make
I would like to add about Julia, about fear that I experienced that before. That really fear F. It's only here. You know what my experience? One time I called and go to the house, and then I laid out a short version of my presentation. And then you know what? When I follow that, the more you talk to people, the more less you're fearless. Your fears.
Yeah.
Because you overcome that fear. Just go. If it's, you know, for all that what you talk information, the person that you're talking is not memorize what you talk, what is wrong and right there. But at least you're in front of her. But the main thing is the product and services that she understands that the person you are trying to offer. But anyway, talk more, show to people what you have, and then your
Use
fear
that.
gonna be gone little by little. And you know what? Once you overcome that, you would say, you're not be, you're gonna be unstoppable. You would say next. I wanna talk more. Who is this next? That's it.
Awesome. Guys, when you have, and I'll finish with this, if anybody wants to chime in before we go, you can. But when you have your set core values, I don't know if you guys can see this from ours, but this is what I believe is our core values. I know it looks backwards, I'm guessing. Love, honor, integrity, and humility. If you can stick with what your core values are and you're intentional, like Beth said, you're going to be successful at whatever you do as long as you stick with the principles of staying in control of your business, doing what you say you're going to do. There's little things that we know we're supposed to do and never quit. Because look, I said this all the time. This is happening with or without any of us. We're going to be $1 billion company with or without us. I remember Beth even said that to me. I realized, I don't want to miss this because it's going forward with or without us, right? It's happening. This is happening. We now have decided that it's not going to happen without us. And so thank you guys for who chimed in and are going to be called to action to doing this. And so guys, for those of you that are going to be in Long Beach, I will see you guys next week. I'm super excited. I'll be there on Thursday. And for those of you who are not, we will see you on the call. And don't forget, you guys can still order product tomorrow. You just won't be able to pick it up till after Long Beach. It'll come to you, but it'll be shipped after Long Beach. So remember, 10 new people this week. And I want you to tell me next week on the call whether you've done it or not. And invite some people to be on the call. Invite some people in your team that have not been on here to be on here. Guys, there's a lot of your people in your team that are still doing the same struggling day-to-day things that they're doing. And these calls will do just like Wendy just said. Man, did I really need this call today, right? I feel excited about after listening to you guys. This was awesome. Beth, again, excellent job. I love you. I will see you in Fred.
I love you too. Thank you guys for letting me.
I'll see you all next week either in Long Beach or on this call. I love you.
Mike, did you just say that we can't? I thought I could do my pre-order tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's the 30th.
Yeah, tomorrow's the 30th.
So tomorrow we can pre-order and we pick up at Orange County.
Yep.
Love you. Thank you.
Yep. Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.